What's up, YouTube? Listen, family, have you ever thought about what you would say to your younger self? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you what I would say to my younger self about money. Guys, the number one thing I would start with is to get serious. And I'm talking about get serious, start now and lock in. Get serious about saving money. Get serious about the future I want to live. Guys, too often times when you're younger, you put things off as if you're going to live forever, or like you can sometimes get around to it whenever. Have you ever been there? Were you the type, if you anybody like me, that felt like, I'll do it next year, I'll do it next month, I'll do it on my birthday? You ever did that, and then next thing you know, that time that you said you would do it come around and you still ain't did it? If I could talk to my younger self, I would say get serious and get started now with building my wealth and saving my money. Guys, number two is don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be different. Sometimes, guys, it's easy, especially when you come from the community I come from, to run with the herd, to be part of what they're part of, to do the things they're doing. But sometimes in order to be who you call to be, you got to be okay with being different. We often say you have to transition from fitting in to standing out. Or the Bible may say, come from among them. Okay, so guys, don't be afraid to be different. That's one thing that I would tell myself. Even though I was a little different, my mindset was different, I still have some ways that was still somewhat of a detriment that I could have got rid of earlier. Okay, number three, guys, cut some people off. You got to cut some people off, point blank, period. If I could tell my younger self, I would tell, man, you got to cut people off and you got to figure out who's actually for you. You guys got some people in your life, whether they currently in your life or they were in your life, that you should have been cut off earlier. If you ever been there, let me know, guys. I should have cut some people off a long time ago, and that's the one thing I would tell my younger self. Dude, it's okay to move on from people. Sometimes elevation requires separation, and where God is taking you, he ain't taking them. They can't go. And so you got to be okay with cutting people off, moving on, knowing that it's still love, but hey, I'm just gonna love you from a distance. I'm not mad, I'm not better, I'm just different, and I'm okay with that. Okay, guys, number four, nothing changes if nothing changes. Listen, guys, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. They often say that that's the definition of insanity, guys. And so I would tell my younger self, dude, you got to make some changes. You can't keep doing the same thing and then want to run to the Victim Olympics and woe is me and complain and do this and that. Dude, if you don't change, nothing else will. It all starts with you. I would pound that message into my younger self, because sometimes, guys, you can get complacent and you can get comfortable. And complacency is breeded by comfortability. And so you then are unwilling to grow. How many of you ever been there? How many of you need to get from being stuck? Who need to get unstuck? Let me know down in the comments below. Listen, guys, number five, forgive those who did you wrong. Guys, sometimes forgiveness ain't about them. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from that burden you might be carrying around, that anger and resentment you might be walking around with, that dark cloud over your head. You might be even blocking your blessings and not allowing favor to come into your life because you haven't forgave. Sometimes, guys, no matter who did you wrong, forgiving someone is more about you than it is them. Whatever is going to come to them, going to come to them. But you got to deal with you. You got to deal with your heart and make sure that you are open to receive and you don't got no blockages in the way. All right, that's a word for you guys. Let that marinate for a minute. But forgive those who did you wrong, guys. Don't harbor that. Don't carry that. I'm here to tell you that there's more for you to do. There's more people for you to meet. There's more opportunities ahead of you. You got to get over that. You got to move on past that. You can't keep living in that because it's not allowing you to evolve and to grow. Forgive people, guys. It ain't for them. It's for you. Number 6, guys, eat better and exercise. Eat better. Let me focus on eating better. I would tell my younger self, let me tell you guys this. I was a D1 athlete. I could and should have went to the NFL for professional football. Possibly the NBA if I was tall enough. Had the skill, didn't have the height. But football should have been a no-brainer. Listen to this. My diet was the dollar menu at McDonald's. I didn't know anything about macros, my healthy fats, proteins, none of that growing up. I often say, imagine if I would have ate right as an elite athlete. If I could tell my younger self, I would first tell myself, you got to eat better, dude. You can't be eating a double cheeseburger. I used to get a double cheeseburger and a small fry and an orange high C, and that came at $2.12. I used to get that so much. And then listen to what my breakfast was, guys. Before I played at Michigan State, guys, I used to eat a glazed donut from Quality Dairy. We call it QD. Listen, guys, the practices at the D1 level is next level. You cannot be doing all the stuff they trying to have you do, all the workouts, all the running, all the lifting, all the extracurricular stuff they had you doing off a glazed donut. Man, I would tell my young self, dude, you got to eat better. And so listen, health is wealth. And so now I look back, and sometimes, not that much now, but I used to a few years ago be like, man, still mad about not making it. Still, woo, woo, woo. I used to do that little dance, guys. But in all reality, guys, my eating was poor. On top of some other things that might have just been meant for me. But my eating was poor, so I would eat better. And that's what I would tell my younger self. Exercise more. Now, I exercised because I was an elite athlete, so I was always training and preparing. But even at this age, it's important to exercise. Go for that walk. End every night with a walk. After your dinner, go walk that off. You sitting around too much. You watching too many shows on Netflix and Hulu and Tubi. You need to get up and go for a walk. Okay? These are the things that I'm telling you, but that I also would have told my younger self. Check this out, guys. Number 7, find your purpose and the things you're passionate about. Find your purpose, guys. You need to know what wakes you up every morning. What would you do for free if you could? What is that thing for you? I would tell myself, listen to this, guys. My identity back when I was younger, I, again, identified as an athlete. Okay, meaning I thought that's all I was. It took me a long time to feel like I was more than an athlete. I was more. God called me to be more. He had plans for my life. And it took me a long time to realize that. And so in order to save more money, in order to get on my wealth building journey a lot sooner, guys, I would have found my purpose a lot earlier. Okay, and how do you find your purpose, coach? Sometimes, guys, you got to call out to God. Sometimes you got to go to that quiet place. Sometimes you got to find that place of refuge so you can think and hear, and it'll be dropped in your spirit. For me, guys, that place is the gym, lifting weights, the steam room, and sometimes when I'm asleep. Those 3 things, I get the most revelations dropped in my spirit about what it is I should be doing. Okay, but find your purpose, guys, is oftentimes connected to your passion, but it don't gotta be. But find a thing that you can get up and do every single day, okay, without hesitation. If I could talk to my younger self, if I could talk to little Chris, I would say, dude, lock in. Figure out what it is you supposed to do on this side and go do it. Leave all that other stuff alone. Go do what you called to do. Point blank, period, guys. Number 8, bless others. Give back and be intentional. I would tell my younger self, listen to this, guys. I'm from the home of Floyd Mayweather, and he been a superstar boxer in my community. We went to the same high school, all that. Okay, he's older than me, but I'm just simply making the point. But we live in the trenches. He's from the trenches. I'm from the trenches. I went around to a elementary, it might have been a middle school, and one of the kids who was lacking hope, we was talking about giving back, and I'll never forget this. He said, why you here? Why you trying to bless us? He was like, only people that should be given to us is people with money like Floyd Mayweather. Okay, now I wasn't a millionaire when he said this like I am now. Okay, but the thought was all wrong. Guys, you don't have to have millions. You don't even have to have thousands to have a giving heart and a giving spirit. Okay, and so one thing that I always say, I say, Lord, bless me so I can bless others. And I would have did it even younger if I could talk to my younger self than I did. Now, I've been doing it for a long time, but that was my number one prayer. Lord, bless me so I can bless others. Now, guys, I'm able to give at a capacity that can change your life. You know what I'm saying? I can come on up to somebody's business. I can cash app somebody. I can donate to somebody's nonprofit 100K at a time, 500K at a time, 20,000 at a time. Now, but guess what? I was always giving 500 and 1,000 way before I got to this level, but I would have did it even sooner. Okay, listen, guys, bless others, and my prayer was always, Lord, bless me so I can bless others. But I want to charge you guys with the same thing and be intentional about it. Like, look for a reason. Every time nowadays, guys, when I go out, I look to go out and tip well beyond what the service require. You ain't even got to give me good service. I'm just going to still bless your life. That's what type of time I'm on. Okay, guys. So again, that's something I would say to my younger self. And then my final thing that I would say to myself, if I could talk to Lil Chris, time waits for no one. So get started. You are as young as you will ever be. Listen, guys, you never going to be this age again. You're going to get older tomorrow. You're going to get older. Matter of fact, after you watch this video, you can't get that time back that I just took from you, let alone that you might have wasted prior to ever encountering me, or that you have wasted throughout your life. But it's okay. It ain't too late. You got to start now. Don't ever let nobody tell you too late. Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do. I don't care if you haven't invested a dime. I don't care if you haven't learned a trade. I don't care if you haven't learned how to read the chart. Guess what? Get started today. Get started now. Go watch all my free content to make sure you get your foundation firmly built to live the life that you know you can live. Whether you 20, 30, 40, or 50, this is for you, okay? Don't let nobody tell you it's too late. It ain't never too late. Matter of fact, if you breathing, you still got time. And so I wanted to put that on you guys today. These are some of the thoughts I had, and these are some of the things that I would share with my younger self if I can go back a few years, couple decades, or what have you, okay? But with that being said, guys, let me know some of the things you would share with your younger self down in the comments below. Listen, we make videos like this every day, so if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result, but if you consider the journey, do me a favor. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stocks. Use my link below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.